Good morning, Mulalo. It's so wonderful to see you. So I'm Nadima from the Eastern Cape Latasa branch. I'm vice chair, and I'm excited to hear what's going on in Limpopo because I heard some very exciting things that are happening in Tuyendo, based in Tuyendo, Limpopo. So tell us a little bit about who you are, because you're not traditionally from the literacy world. You've come into the literacy world, and we want to hear about what it is you're doing in literacy.
Good morning, and thank you very much for the opportunity to be part of the conversation. My name is Mulalo Nemataheni, and I am from a company or an organization called Empowered Women, which is a reading initiative based in Limpopo province, and we run a book club for women.
Hold on, Mulalo. So now you say Empowered Women, and when I asked you what the name of your book club was, you said it's I Am Empowered. It's empowered with an I, so and women with an A. So maybe tell us a bit about the significance about that name that you've given your initiative.
The name Empowered Women comes from first I am, speaking about the individual, and then there is power, which is the ability to direct and make decisions. And then there is woman, who is an individual. So in this book club, we're saying as an individual, come in and be empowered and be able to do great things in areas that you're not an expert. So this book club is all about allowing individuals to be themselves. Don't come in and stay under the umbrella of women and let your individuality be
shine through. Let your individuality shine through, because I think with women, you're right, often we're lumped together as though we're one sort of homogenous similar group, but actually every single woman has their own story. And I think what I'm hearing is that you're allowing women to come with their story, whatever that is, and be part of this collective. So it's not an individual endeavor, you're doing it together, but you're allowed to be who you are together. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yes, the word I was looking for was that don't allow yourself to be diluted. Because here we want people to use their own power to be individuals and to assist and support one another in areas that they're experts in.
Wonderful, wonderful. So what is it that you do together as yourselves? What is it that you do in your group of empowered women?
In our group, we're committed to reading one book a month. So we've got women from all over the country, and then we connect through a WhatsApp group. At first, we used to just meet here in Limpopo, and then we'll read a book and then review it at a local botanical gardens in Tuyendo. And now when the COVID came and the lockdown rules, we decided to take it online and do it virtually. And that for us was more of an opportunity than a disadvantage, because we're able to open the network to women that are all over the country, or should I say all over the world, because we've got members from our neighboring countries as well. So we have then built this network of women who believe in their own strength. We've got a list of books that we're reading for the year. So when a member joins, they know exactly which book we're reading on a particular month. And there's no pressure. If your month is not so well, you are allowed to not read. You can just participate or share your view on the title of the book or some of the topics that are being discussed. And in the end of the month, the last Saturday of the month, we'll have about 5-6 women that are sharing about their experiences on the book. So it's such a wonderful opportunity because we've created a safe space that even with issues that are not within the book club, people are able to share what they're going through and provide support to one another. If one needs assistance, they are safe enough to say, guys, I need help, or I'm doing this project, would you be able to assist me? Can I do research with you guys? So we're creating that platform that when there's a need, there's a community of women that are there to support you and do what needs to be done so that your things can go well.
As I listen to you, I'm again reminded that reading and writing is never just reading and writing. It's always, always about so many other things. It's about your own life being reflected back to you. It's about building community around, spoken word, and that links to the things we read and the things that we want to document and write, because I'm sure, out of this, some form of journaling or some form of reflection happens, not just through talking, but I'm sure some of the ladies engage in some form of journal writing or things like that. It's a wonderful community you're building, and it's very exciting because I work with a group of community workers, and they live in really under-resourced communities, underserved communities, and are economically marginalized, and so their access to these kind of spaces around things like books, for example, our public libraries just simply aren't open because of COVID, but even when they are open, are really lacking in the kinds of sort of things that perhaps reflect women's lives, the kinds of books and reading material. So I guess I'm wanting to understand, do you come together and decide on what books, you all want to read, or do some women sort of say, well, I prefer to read something else, or how does that all work?
Before the end of the year last year, we decided to all suggest books that we want to read so that we can have a plan for the following year. So each and every member was given an opportunity to say, this is the book that I think we should read within the club. And then thereafter, we then decided on the 12 books for the year. And we've planned our books so nicely, and some of them go according to the months that we are in. And when January started, we started by reading Who Moved My Cheese. It was a very small book that one can read in an hour or two, but such a powerful book that most women said, we need to get more people to read this book. We need to get people on the move, because 2020 was just 2020. But now, after reading this, we are ready for another year. And then we read Men's Search for Meaning. And I'm like, yo, that was deep. And after reading that in February, one of the ladies who is in her postgrad studies, she was mentioning that in her class, they were discussing the book actually, and she was able to fully participate in the conversation. She was like, I sounded smart. And we were all saying, you are smart. So it was an opportunity that allowed her to be a step ahead, and she was able to fully engage. And that's what we want. We want our women to not only have a seat, we want them to have a voice as well. So by empowering her to have a voice in spaces like that, it was something that was worth celebrating when she shared. And we also read from local authors. There was another book called Tailored Women, and this lady is based here in Limpopo as well. So we read her book. It was around Christianity. So we read a wide variety of books. And then in April, we read, what is the book? But it's the Power of Vision. And that book, when we read it, we were also able to put together our vision boards. So when we did our review in end of April, we did the vision board party. We all put together our vision boards and shared. So it was a nice way to connect and know what their goals and aspirations are. The book's name is Hello Tomorrow. So yeah, it was quite lovely reading that book by Cindy Trim. And then in May, we read The Secret. Everyone couldn't keep quiet because they were like, yo, the things that are happening and the testimonies and the opportunities, people were getting job opportunities, contracts, and it was nice to have a space where you are able to share with people who understand that by doing and wanting and believing, we're able to get what we want. So it was a nice space. June, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And then now we are reading Things Fall Apart. And yeah, August is Women's Month. So Dr. T, we are going to tackle that book. So yeah. So it's a good
Wonderful.
plan for the year.
I feel like we all need your book lists. I feel like I want to read your books because you know, it's always interesting to see what other people are reading, and some of the ones that you've mentioned I haven't read myself, and some I have. But it's exciting. I hope you share your book lists with us if it's not too much of a secret. I would love to. I would love to in some way be connected to your reading club, even if I'm not connected to your reading club. And tell
Definitely
me,
will see.
who can, I mean, can I be connected to your reading club? Can I join it as Nadima sitting in Gqeberha? You know, can I join your reading club?
Definitely, you
Yay!
can. We've got we've got 2 members in the Eastern Cape.
Oh,
And by just saying we're building a network and communities, my little sister just started working in the Eastern Cape in
okay.
April. And then when I decided to come visit her in May, I connected with one of the book club members. And she was like, I've got a cottage this side. And lucky enough, I was going to East London. So I
Hmm.
was able to go, and instead of me looking for accommodation and booking at another place, I was able to book at her cottage and then stay there, and then went there with my little sister as well. And she also took us on the drive, and then it was lovely. And it was only through the connection of the book club. So we're building a community and connecting women from all over. So irrespective of where you are, you're welcome to join us, as long as you will be ready and willing to connect with amazing women. We've
Ah,
got women from different walks of life, and we treat people as individuals. Some are professors, some are doctors, some are chartered accountants, some are financial planners like myself, and some are still looking for jobs, and some of them are, how do we call them, home executives or stay-at-home moms. So we've got people from different walks, and our aim is to empower, educate, and also celebrate women from different walks of life.
stunning. Stunning. It's an exciting project. I'm excited to get involved. It's been so wonderful meeting you. I'm really love the celebration of women. I love the reading of local and other material. I love the way that the reading links to all these other wonderful things that are happening. It's incredible the paths reading takes you on, vision boards and postgrad literary discussions and cottage and East London visits. It's incredible how these things are able to happen because of reading. So it's been a wonderful morning talking to you. I'm so happy that we were able to connect with your work, and that you've actively sought out Latasa and a way to make a difference in our country through reading. It's really wonderful, and you're inspiring, really are. I'm re-inspired to read more now, because you will be the third book club that I join. I'm already a part of 2 others, but we can never be a part of too many book clubs, just like you can never have too
Definitely.
many books. Anyway, you must
Yes.
have a wonderful day further, Mulalo, and I look forward to joining your book club and being a part of your wonderful celebration of everything that's reading and women and power.
Thank you very much. It was lovely connecting. And for July Mandela Month, we decided to do an initiative where people were sharing about a book that changed their lives. And
Ooh,
we had 14 women share. So that information is available on our Facebook page, Friends of
that is
Empowered Women Book Club. And people was just sharing about a book and how it has changed their lives. And then you could see that there's a lot of books that one still needs to read, and the impact that these books have in our lives. It's amazing. For me, my book was Lean In by Cheryl Sanderbeck. And from just reading that book, when they ask a question, what would you do if you were not afraid? I was like, I'm starting a woman empowerment movement, and we're going to run it. There'll be people that are saying, no, why focus only on women? And I'm like, if you're passionate about empowering a boy child, it's okay. It's not a competition. Do your part. Let's work together in this. So from that, I'm just saying thank you very much for this opportunity. And now in this moment, I just want to say thank you once again.
No, no, you're very welcome. All the best, and we will no doubt hear from you and your book club again. Take care.
Thanks.